Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. In this video, we are going to solve problem sums based on binomial option pricing model along with the T diagram under the subject commodity and derivative market. A very important video for all the TYBMS Sem5 student. In this video, we are going to first note down what are the steps to solve the problem sum, what are the various formulas that are required to solve the sum, and how to prepare the tree diagram. In this video, we are going to take up two different type of sum, one based on a single period and the other based on multi-period. Okay, which will cover up all the basic types of sum. Based on this, then you all can solve any kind of sum which are available under this subject, under this topic. Okay, again, a very important for all the TYBMS M5 student. Okay, so let us see first what are the various formulas, and then we'll be taking up two separate sum, one based on single period and the other based on multi-period, to understand this concept so that it can be easily solved in whichever capacity. Okay, chalo, so let us see what are the ways to solve the sum. Okay, now let us see how we need to go about solving the sum based on binomial option pricing model. Now it can be binomial option or it can even be multi-pricing. Okay, now see, binomial option pricing model, the problem sums can be of two types. One will be based on a single model or a single period, and the other one will be based on multi-period. Okay, so there are two types of sum which are based on binomial option pricing model. Now for for either type of the sum, okay, the data which will be required will be same. Okay, the main formulas will be same, and the diagram that we'll have to make, the tree diagram that we'll have to make, is also similar. Okay, so let us see what are the data that is required to solve the sum. Okay, now the very first thing, the data required will be spot price, we'll call it as SO, exercise price X, upswing, that is the upward movement of your values, is U, downswing is D, risk-free interest rate is R. Now the main formulas in the question that they will ask us to find will be find the stock price and the probability. Stock price ka formula is stock price during upswing is spot into 1 plus the upswing, and for stock price of downswing will be spot into 1 minus the downswing rate. Okay, probability is under upswing, the probability ka formula will be R minus D upon U minus D, and downswing it will be 1 minus P. P is nothing but the upswing. And then the tree diagram that we'll have to prepare will be based on where we'll start with the spot rate. We'll have the stock price under upswing and downswing noted down, and then we'll have to find the call profit during the upswing and call profit during the downswing. Okay, so I want first of all everyone note down these particular data, the formula and the T diagram, the basic diagram. Okay, I want everyone to note it down. I'll give you a couple of seconds. You can either take a screenshot of this or you all can note it down, and then we will go ahead and check the two types of sum that can that will come in the paper. Any one of them will appear in the paper. One will be based on single period and the other one will be based on multi-period. So we'll be solving both of them. I can guarantee you that once you understand the projection of both the sum, you all can solve each and every kind of sum based on this particular topic. Okay, chalo. I'll give you a couple of minutes. You all can just note down this particular format, and then we will start with the very first sum. Okay, chalo, I think you all must have taken a screenshot of it and noted down somewhere the steps and the data required, the formulas and the T diagram, the basic diagram. Chalo, now let us start with the very first type of sum under binomial option pricing model. Okay, the question reads as calculate the stock price and probability along with the tree diagram using binomial option pricing model when SO, that is the spot price, given as 200, exercise price given as 210, the upswing is of 25%, downswing of 20%, and the interest rate free rate of interest is given as 7%. So chalo, let us see how to solve this particular sum. First we will note down the data which is available from the question. Again, now if you can see carefully, the question all the data is given. So we'll first note down First, we note down the spot rate. Spot rate given in the question is 200. The exercise rate given here is 210. Upswing is 25%. So we have to convert this into point form. So that will become 0.25. The downswing given is as 20%. Again, we convert in the point form, it will become 0.20. And the risk-free rate is 7%. We convert in the point form, so we get it as 0.07. Okay. Once we have got the data, so this is basically the data which is given from the question. Now we start finding the stock price. Okay, so I'll note down here stock price. Now stock price we need to find from both the point, first during upswing and then second during downswing. So stock price during upswing, the formula is spot rate into 1 plus the upswing. So spot rate was 200 into 1 plus 0.25. The upswing is 0.25. Okay, so this is nothing but 200 into 1.25. So on the calculator, okay, if we have 200 into 1.25, when we multiply, we get the value as rupees 250. So during upswing, the stock price will become 250. Same way we find for downswing. So stock of price during the downswing, the formula is spot rate into 1 minus the downswing ka rate. So that will become 200 into 1 minus 0.20. So that will become 200 into 0.80. So when you multiply 200 into 0.8, we get the value as 160 rupees. So the value comes to rupees 160. So this is how you'll have to find the stock price. Very simple. You just have to follow that particular format, the formula, and just apply it to the formula. Next, we need to now find the probabilities. Again, probability. First, we'll find upswing probability. So the upswing probability ka formula is R minus D upon U minus D. So I'm noting it here since there's space constraint. Now R is 0.07 minus D was 0.20 upon U is 0.25 minus the downswing was 0.02. Now remember, this is the most crucial part, okay? Now since it is a downfall, okay, since there is a downfall, it is already a negative value, okay? D is always negative since it's a downfall value, so we will put this negative and negative, okay? Now 0.07 minus minus will become plus, so it becomes 0.27 upon 25 and 20, so that will become 0.45. Now we calculate 0.27 divided by 0.45, we get the value as 0.6. So the probability of upswing is 0.6. That is nothing but 60%. Okay. Same way, now we need to find the downswing. That is very simple. Okay. Downswing probability. The formula is very simple. It is 1 minus the probability. So 1 minus 0.6. So the remaining percent is 0.4. Okay, so 60% there is a chance of upswing and 40% there is a chance of downswing based on this particular question. After this, one last thing that we have to create is tree diagram. So the tree diagram color very simple. We always start, okay, we will always start with the spot price. The spot price given in the question is at the very start, we can see it is 200. So we note down rupees 200. Now from that one spot price, there are two options which are available. One is based on upswing and the other one is based on downswing. So there are two probabilities that we can get here. So the stock price during upswing, we got it as rupees 250, and stock price during downswing, we got it as rupees 160. Now we have to check during upswing and downswing whether there is a callable profit or not. Okay, so now we are going to find that. So CPR, that is call profit ka formula was, okay, that is nothing but stock during upswing minus the expiry rate. So which was 250 minus expiry rate is 210. So which comes to positive rupees 40. So there is a profit of 40 there. Now same way we find for the second part. So the CPR for the downswing will be STD minus X. So that is 160 minus 210. Now remember, this is the most crucial part. Okay, whenever there is positive difference, that's the profit. But if you get a negative difference, 160 minus 210, you cannot have a negative value. The rule is whatever you invest, if it goes in loss, the value becomes zero. So you cannot have a negative value. The final answer will basically be rupees 0. Okay, so this is how you all had to find basically the sum based on binomial option pricing model based on single period. Okay, chalo, I hope everyone have understood that, and I want everyone to note it down. Okay, go to the question, note down the data, and solve the sum according to the formula. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to note it down, and then we will jump to the second step, the second part. So there are two types of sums in this. First type was single period, which is done. Now we will start with the multi-period part. Okay, so till then just note down this, then we'll start with the second part. Okay, now this is the second type of sum which can come under the binomial pricing model. So I'll read the question once. A share of TCS is trading at rupees 900. So if it is trading at rupees 900, I will note down here the spot price is 900. Okay, the analysts expect that there will be either be a 25% upswing. So they're giving you upswing 25%. So if I put it in the point form, it will become 0.25, or 20% downswing. So downswing is 20%. So again, if I put it in the point form, it will become 0.20 in two future periods. Now this is multi-period. Okay, in the first sum that we did, there was nothing mentioned similar to this 2 week or 2 period based. Okay, so now this is 2 future period based sum. Now the exercise price of the call option is 990. So they're giving you exercise price, so x is equal to 990. The risk-free interest rate R is 8%, so that is nothing but 0.08. Okay, find the price of this option using multi-period binomial model. So again, we are going to solve in the similar manner. First, we will be finding the stock price, but this will be now of two different periods, and then we'll find the probability, and then we will be drawing a tree diagram to complete the entire part of the sum. So let us see now how to solve step by step. Okay, very first thing, we'll have to find the stock price. So now the first step remains same exactly like the previous part. So we'll find first stock price during upswing. Formula is spot price into 1 plus the upswing. So spot was 900 into 1 plus 0.25. So that is 900 into 1.25. So on a calculator, 900 into 1.25, it comes to rupees 1125. Same way we will find now stock price during downswing. So it will be SO into 1 minus the downswing rate. So that's 900 into 1 minus 0.20. So that will become 900 into 0.8 or 80. You multiply that again with on the calci, 900 into 0.8, so that comes to 720 rupees. That comes to rupees 720. Now this was exactly same like the first sum. From here now the step will change. So now we have two stock prices, one at 1125 and the other one at 720. Now for multi-period, when they tell you to find for two future period, so now look at this very carefully. Okay, now I have to take, we will consider the first, in the first scenario we will consider 1125 as the spot rate for the next period. So when I take this as the next period ka spot rate, again I get two options. I can either have an upswing or I can have a downswing. Similarly, for the second period, for 720 rupees also, I can have an upswing or I can have a downswing. So remember, in the first year, I can have an upswing or a downswing. In the second year, whatever is my value of the end of my first year, that will become the spot for the second year. And then again, I can have either an upswing or a downswing. Okay, so see now how we need to solve that. For the upswing one, okay, for the upswing, so I'm writing a stock of upswing for one. Okay, like this is the first upswing which I can have. Okay, so that upswing one can be, the stock which I got that can have an upswing or it can even have a downswing. So how we do that? Formula again will remain same, so 1 plus u. So whatever I have got, the upswing stock price, that becomes the base now. And on the second year ka, I can add another upswing of 25%. So that will become 1125 into 1.25. So when we multiply it, 1125 into into 1.25, we got the value as rupees 1406.25. okay, so that can be one condition. So based on this, see what you can come to know. If I have two period, so 1125, if it increases in the first year, okay, 900, when if it is increases in the first year, if there's an upswing, it will become 1125, and again if there is an upswing in the next period, it will become 1406.25. But what if after getting in the first year, if there is an upswing, for the second period if there is a downswing, then what? Okay, so STD1, we'll note down that as STD1 now. For the first part, okay, like this is my one, this is my second. Okay, so again spot price 1 minus D, spot is now again 1125. So again 1125 ka if there is an upswing, 1125 ka if there is a downswing, minus 1.0.2, so that will come 1125 into 0.8. On the calci, 1125 into 0.8, the value comes to 900, so that will become rupees 900. Okay, so there, if there is an upswing in the second period, you get as 1406. If there's a downswing, then it will become 900 from 1125. So first year, if there was an upswing, if in the second year there's an upswing, or in the second year there can be a downswing. Similarly, for the second case, if in the first year there was a downswing, in the second period there can be an upswing or there can be further downswing also. So now we again start STU second wale part ka, so that will be SO 1 plus U. So it will be now 720 will be the base into 1 plus 0.25. So that will become 720 into 1.25. So when you multiply 720 into 1.25, it comes to rupees 900. Same way, STU second part, 720 will again be the base, but it will be 1 minus D. So that will be 720 into 1 minus 0.2. So that will be 720 into 0.8. On the calculator, 720 into 0.8, it will become 576. So rupees 576. Okay, so this is how you all had to find the stock price when they are given you multi-period. So till the first step it is normal. Then from the first answer there can be two options. From the second answer there can again be two options. That is how you all need to find the stock price for multi-period. Okay. Chalo, I hope everyone have understood up to this part. Now let us find the probability in the same. Probability will have only one formula, that one step, okay? And then we will make the T diagram based on multi-period. Okay? Chalo, first everyone note down up to the step, and then we will start with the, now we'll start with the probability part. Okay, now to find the probability, again, I'll note down here, we'll note down here as probability. Again, first for upswing, so the upswing probability, the formula is R minus D upon U minus D. So again, R, now as per the data, okay, we'll just note down the data again, what was given to us. SO was 900, X was 990, the upswing was 25%, which was 0.25, downswing was 20%, which is 0.20, and R was 8%, which was 0.08. So here R was 0.08 minus D is 20%, so minus 20, upon U is 0.25 minus 20. So this will become 0.28 upon 0.45. Now, if we put it on the calculator, 0.28 divided by 0.45, the value we got as 0.62. Okay, so the probability will be 0.62. So same way we need to find now downswing ka. So the downswing probability, the formula is 1 minus P, so that will become 1 minus 0.62. So when you divide it, sorry, when you subtract it, 1 minus 0.62, we'll get it at 0.38. So 0.38. So 62% chances are there, there will be an upswing, or 38% chances are there will be a downswing under the particular condition. Okay, chalo, that was the base of probability. Now let us see how to prepare the tree diagram when there is multi-period. Okay, very important. Again, now so I'll make it from long because it will be a bigger one as compared to the first one. We always will start with the spot price. So in this case, the spot price was rupees 900. Okay, now again, for the first period, first we'll have to make for the first period. So first period ka stock prices. Okay, first period ka we had two stock prices. One was during upswing, one was during downswing. Okay, so during upswing, the first price, okay, during upswing, now I'll just get the sheet where we had found. So if you look carefully, during upswing, the first period ka amount was 1125, and the downswing ka amount was rupees 720. So we will note down that only in the solution in our tree diagram. So first one, it was rupees 1125, and for stock during downfall, the value was rupees 720. Okay, now that was for the first period. Now from the first period, we had to consider, we have to take, there were two options available. Okay, that will be the second period. So second period, again there were two options which were available. Same happened to even 720. There were two options which were available. Again, all these things have been already found. Okay, so we don't have to find basically anything right now. So again, STU1, okay, and we had STD1. So if we go back, okay, STU1 was 1406.25 and 900, and S2U2 was 900 and 576. So that is what we are going to note down here now. So here it was rupees 1406.25 and rupees 900. Same way for 720 there were two options. S2U2 was rupees 900 and the second one was STD2, which was rupees 576. Now under each case we need to find the call premium or the call profit which is available. So under the first condition, okay, the CPR is equal to, the formula was SO minus X, or I will take the STU based, okay, the latest formula which we had. So I'll take this as STU1 minus X. So here it was 1406.25 minus X rate is 990. So when we subtract 1406.25 from 900, we get the value as, let us check, 1406.25 minus 990, we get the value as 416.25. So 416.25 rupees, because there is a profit. Same way for the second option. So again, call profit is STU D1 minus X. So that was 900 minus 990. So 900, there's a negative value, so we can't have a negative answer, so the answer becomes 0. Okay. In third case, again, call profit is STU2 and this is STD, okay, STU2 minus X. So that will be 900 minus 990, so that's negative, answer becomes 0. And last, STD2 minus X. So again here it will become 576 minus 990, again a negative value, so the value becomes 0. Okay, so with that we completed the tree diagram for multi-period sum. So these were the basically two types of sum. One was based on simple period or single period binomial model, and this is multi-period binomial model. Okay, again the sum is very simple. You just have to follow the step which I have told you all, and you all can guarantee you all can solve any kind of sum based on these particular steps. Okay, so I hope everyone have understood this method. Okay, now with that you all will be able to solve any sum based on binomial, sum based on binomial option problems. So I hope everyone have understood it. With that we will be ending this video here. Thank you.